The quicker a fighter can locate somebody and rescue them from a burning building, the greater the likelihood of a positive outcome. To apply, you'll need to submit a script and a 60-second video before November 1st. And the winner will have their PSA aired right here on WBAY. This side of the bandage is hydrophobic or water resistant, and it protects the wound from exterior infections. On the other side of the bandage is the absorption polymer, which locks in all of that fluid, creating somewhat of a gel, preventing the wound from getting bigger. The 78th floor is the highest that any firefighter walked inside the World Trade Center on 9/11. And when climbers go that same distance here, that's when they'll ring this bell. Bill and Cammie, whether it be by car, plane, or any other form of transportation, you can expect to see millions of people traveling from around the nation and here in Wisconsin over the Memorial Day weekend. 62 flags for 62 veterans from this area who served during the Vietnam War. Bob and Joshua worked on this training facility for over a year, and now it's one of the best training facilities for volunteer firefighters in the area. The way these vehicles work, the light from the sun comes down and hits this solar panel. Then that energy is transferred through these wires and into this motor, thus powering on the vehicle. Many counties like Outagamie County and Brown County are still under a tow ban, so we can't help but emphasize this enough. If you do plan to head out, please be careful. Federal and non-federal employees are feeling the brunt as we get closer to marking a full month of the government shutdown, and support services are seeing an increase in users.
Our 211 center has seen an uptick in calls, and we have gotten more calls specific to, hey, I'm afraid I'm not getting my paycheck. What do I do?
Some of those calls could be coming from essential workers like TSA agents who aren't receiving a paycheck right now. Darrell English, president of the American Federation of Government Employees Local 777, saying this situation impacts the ability of agents nationwide to come in and focus on their job.
These things added on top of their stressful job creates a very toxic type of environment where you want, here at TSA, you want them to focus on just the screening part, but it's human for them to worry about how they're going to feed their family, how they're going to pay their bills.
If you're feeling the effects of this government shutdown in your travels or in your wallet, organizations like United Way offer assistance to help you out. With a vault stocked with diapers, winter clothing, and other items that you may need around the house. Beth Oswald, CEO for Oshkosh Area United Way, stresses that people should be proactive before an emergency arises.
Call as soon as you are seeing an issue. Don't wait until it's too late. We get people that, hey, I'm going to be kicked out tomorrow. Oh, I wish you would have called sooner.
Oshkosh Area United Way is just one of 7 locations in Northeast Wisconsin that provides resources to struggling families. If you need help, just call 211. In a developing town that was made of mostly wood, the fire was so devastating, people still hear stories of how fast and brutal it was when it took place in the middle of the night.
The whole town burned within an hour, and the air was actually on fire with the sawdust coming up from the streets.
The Midwest was exceptionally dry in 1871. On October 8th, the Peshtigo fire spanned up to 1.5 million acres, going from just north of Green Bay all the way into Michigan, killing roughly 1,200 people, making it the deadliest fire in American history. This historical marker is the oldest one in the state of Wisconsin, and it immortalizes the lives that were lost here over 150 years ago. And it takes on the name the Forgotten Fire because the Great Chicago Fire happened at the same time. But news from Peshtigo couldn't get out because telegraph lines were destroyed from a previous inferno.
On the right-hand side, you can see the 1-to-1 scale. That's the amount of land that burns in Chicago. And then the Peshtigo fire is the rest of that up there.
Jenna Smith, a curator, sharing pieces that survived over $130 million worth of total damages. Like this petrified Bible found open and intact, nearly 125 years after.
You can still see some of the words on the page, and it's just a direct connection back to what was going on that night. Like, are there folks who were trying to prepare for this fire in other ways or try to survive this fire in other ways?
Seeing this 30 years after its discovery, Frank Bjorkman says it's like a renewal of his faith.
If that survives and the town disappears, there's something beyond what we have today, there's something to look forward to later.
Peshtigo Fire Museum will host a memorial honoring the lives lost at their museum starting at 7. The Appleton Fire Department says it was a long time coming.
I never thought when I woke up this morning that I'd be riding on an old 28 Seagrave where I made my first fire run.
Jim Mothy, a retired firefighter who held almost every position during his tenure, honored during the ceremony Thursday as the department unveiled this nearly 100-year-old restored fire engine at Fire Station Number 1. This rig goes all the way back to 1928, and it took over a decade to restore it. Brad Brodigam led the project with friends of the Appleton Fire Department. The old rig served the station for 39 years before it was retired and sold at an auction, gone without a trace. That's until 2011, when Station 1 received a call from someone who owned the pumper and worked out a plan to bring it home. Brad, a retired 4th-generation Appleton firefighter, made it his mission to get it running again.
It was just a long restoration, but now we see the results, and it's very exciting, and to see Jim riding on it, it's amazing.
Jim retired back in 1985. He says he's happy to come back for a visit to relive the good old days.
I never expected to go for a ride. I just thought with my family here, we'd get a good look at it and that would be it. But I was pleasantly surprised.
And you can get a good look at it too. The fire truck now on display for educational purposes at Station Number 1, Home Sweet Home.